Hello everyone, and welcome to my very first video. My name is Emna, and I'm so excited to finally be here, sharing this with you. I've always loved reading and talking about books, and I wanted to create a space where we can explore stories together, not just the fun and exciting ones, but also the emotional, thought-provoking, and unforgettable ones. This channel will be about honest reviews, deep discussions, and connecting with people who love books as much as I do. So, if you're ready to talk about books that make you feel, think, and even cry, you're in the right place. Let's dive into it. Have you ever read a book that left you completely breathless? The kind of book where you reach the last page, close it, and just sit there in silence because you don't know what to feel anymore? That's what happened to me with We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. On the surface, it looks like a simple summer romance, rich kids on a private island, swimming, falling in love, and living their privileged lives. But very quickly, you realize there's something darker beneath the surface. And by the time you hit the ending, it's too late. You're already broken. Today, we're going to talk about We Were Liars in detail. I'll give you a spoiler-free review first, so if you haven't read it, you can still enjoy the beginning of this video. Then, we'll dive into the characters, the themes, and of course, that ending. And yes, I'll be giving my honest opinion about whether the twist really works. So, let's get started. Let's start with a quick introduction to the story, without giving away any spoilers. We meet Cadence Sinclair, our narrator. She comes from a very wealthy American family, the Sinclairs, who own their own private island where they gather every summer. Cadence spends her summers there with her cousins Johnny and Mirren, and with Gat, a boy who isn't part of the family, but who feels like one. Together, the four of them call themselves the Liars. From the very beginning, there's this dreamy, almost fairy tale tone to the writing. The island feels magical, the summers feel endless, and the friendships seem unbreakable. But then something terrible happens. Cadence has an accident, loses most of her memory, and she's left trying to piece together what happened. The book is short, fast-paced, and addictive. I read it in one sitting, you probably will too. Lockhart's writing style is very unique. Short sentences, sometimes almost like poetry. It captures emotion in a way that feels raw, fragmented, and very personal. Now, here's what you need to know. This is not a light summer read. Even though it starts off like one, it quickly becomes dark and emotionally heavy. It deals with grief, guilt, and tragedy. So if you're expecting a typical romance, this isn't it. But if you want a book that surprises you, that punches you in the chest with its twist, this is a great choice. Now let's talk about the characters. Cadence, our main character, is an unreliable narrator. Because of her memory loss, we can't fully trust what she tells us. This makes reading the book a puzzle. You're always wondering what's true and what's not. Gat is one of the most interesting characters. He's not a Sinclair. He comes from a different background, both in terms of class and race, and his presence on the island highlights the family's privilege and prejudice. He's also Cadence's love interest, and their relationship is both beautiful and heartbreaking. Johnny and Mirren, Cadence's cousins, are part of the Liars group. They represent loyalty and friendship, but also rebellion against the family's toxic traditions. Then we have the rest of the Sinclair family, the grandparents and the aunts. They're obsessed with money, inheritance, and appearances. They want to look perfect, even when everything is falling apart. What I love about this setup is that it looks like a perfect family from the outside, but inside, it's messy, competitive, and toxic. That contrast between the beautiful island setting and the ugly family drama is what makes the book so compelling. Let's go a little deeper and talk about the themes and symbolism in We Were Liars. The first big theme is wealth and privilege. The Sinclairs have everything: money, property, status. The second theme is secrets and lies. Everyone in the Sinclair family hides something. No one says what they really feel. And that's exactly why the Liars, Cadence, Johnny, Mirren, and Gat stand out. They're the only ones who want honesty, freedom, and change. Another huge theme is trauma and memory. Cadence's memory loss is not just a plot device, it represents denial and repression. Sometimes we can't face the truth, so our brain blocks it out. That's exactly what happens here. There's also love and loss. The romance between Cadence and Gat feels like Romeo and Juliet, two people who want to be together, but who are kept apart by family, class, and history. And finally, the symbolism of water and fire. Water represents purity and healing, but also drowning and forgetting. Fire, on the other hand, represents destruction, but also cleansing. When you look back at the story after finishing it, these symbols feel so powerful and obvious. Even the title, We Were Liars, is symbolic. It's a confession, a memory, and a warning, all in one. It makes you wonder, who is lying and why? Okay, now it's time to talk spoilers. If you haven't read the book yet, pause this video, go read it, and then come back. Because trust me, you don't want the twist spoiled. So here it is. The truth is that the liars Johnny, Mirren, and Gat are dead. They died in the fire that Cadence herself helped set. When I first realized this, I had to put the book down. I couldn't believe it. All along, when Cadence was talking to the liars that summer, she wasn't really talking to them. She was remembering, hallucinating, or imagining. The twist hits so hard because it reframes the entire book. Looking back, the clues were there. The way the liars seemed ghost-like, the way they avoided adults, the way Cadence's memory felt fragmented. Lockhart leaves breadcrumbs, but most readers don't connect them until the reveal. The emotional impact is devastating. Cadence thought she was just recovering from an accident. Instead, she has to face the guilt of knowing she caused the deaths of the people she loved most. That guilt, that trauma, it's heartbreaking now. Let's talk honestly. Not everyone loves this twist. Some readers find it predictable. Others think it's manipulative. Personally, I think it works beautifully. Even if you guess it early, the way it's revealed still feels gut-wrenching. For me, the twist wasn't just about surprise, it was about grief. And grief doesn't lose its power just because you see it coming. So, what do I think of We Were Liars overall? I'd give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's not perfect, some people might not like the writing style, and yes, the twist may not shock everyone. But the emotional impact, the atmosphere, and the way it explores family, privilege, and loss make it unforgettable. If you liked books like The Secret History by Donna Tartt or A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, you'll probably enjoy this. At the end of the day, We Were Liars isn't just about the mystery. It's about the cost of secrets. It's about the mistakes we can't undo. And it's about how sometimes the people we love the most are the ones we lose too soon. Thank you for sticking with me through this deep dive. Have you read We Were Liars? What did you think of the twist? Did it shock you, or did you see it coming? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for other book reviews. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. You're truly amazing. To let me know you've reached this part, drop a little heart emoji down in the comments. I'll be looking out for them. Until next time, stay curious and stay honest.